Hibernian, undefeated in 9 Edinburgh derbies, took on a Hearts side bolstered by the addition of Scotland international Steven Naismith. Which of the capital rivals would reach the 5th round? Commentary comes from Paul Mitchell.
One big difference in the meetings of the last 2 seasons between these two sides is they're now both together again in the top flight of Scottish football. Hearts are looking for their first Scottish Cup success against Hibs since the final of 2012. Hibs are looking to progress for the 4th consecutive time against their rivals, something they have never done. Hearts make 4 changes from the team that drew 0-0 at Aberdeen. There's debuts for Steven Naismith and Dimitri Mitchell brought to the club on loan. Collar Randall and Arnold Jim are both recalled. There's a place on the bench for Michael Smith, Anthony McDonald, Jamie Brandon and Don Cowie. House Night 2 changes from the side that drew with Kilmarnock to round out 2017. Marvin Bartley returned. This fixture is made for him. Bigtas Slivka makes only his 8th start of the season. Danny Swanson drops onto the bench, and there's no Anthony Stokes for Hibs. It's the 21st Edinburgh derby since that final of 2012. That was played on a Saturday. That's the only one of the previous 20 derbies to have played on a Saturday. Sunday is quickly becoming the norm. Will it be a Sunday stalemate, or will there be goals? The last 4 at Tynecastle have ended drawn. Naismith on to Mitchell, the new boys looking to combine. Open up Marciano. Now Lennon, unbeaten in Edinburgh derbies. Mitchell. Cochrane made a run, but it comes back to Jim. Jim upended by McGinn. The referee will try and give licence to both teams. Milinkovic through onto Naismith. Naismith with a touch. Steven Naismith. Almost the ideal Edinburgh derby start for Steven Naismith. And if anybody wondered whether he was match fit and sharp, he just showed how quick he was there. What an opportunity for the opening goal. Alan Hughes, his first derby start of the season. Boyle, Mitchell gets back quickly. Boyle does well to keep his feet. Boyle has only got Shaw in the box, blocked by Berra, comes into the middle. Slivka was there, and Jim knocks it away. John McGinn brings it down. Hearts struggling to clear. McGinn, could have been a free kick. Berra caught him late. Good play though from Boyle. Slivka almost in. Hearts had to be very quick. Conor Randall getting back. Well, will he or won't he? Michael O'Neill, Northern Ireland manager, sitting beside former Hearts boss Stevie Frail. Will he or will he not be coming to be the new Scotland boss? Alves trying to draw the free kick. Needs to be stronger. Boyle almost away. Berra cuts across him. Suter. Kept in by Shaw. Shaw into the middle. That could follow the back post for Boyle. What a chance. Well, he's slow to get up. He doesn't want to realise the chance he just missed. Missed by Slivka, but Boyle should have tucked that home. Shaw's ball across was tempting. Not sure why he didn't go with the left foot. Stabbed out the right. Well, that will go down as a miss. Great chance for Hibs to take the lead. Hearts look to respond. Mitchell to Naismith, the only 2 players on the field making their derby debuts. Back onto Mitchell, cuts it inside. Could have gone himself. Oh, Steven Naismith, really lively start onto Mitchell, didn't pull the trigger. McGregor was in his way. Ambrose, Milinkovic though bounces off onto McGeer. Always delivers well. Hughes heads it away. Jim will be second to that. Slivka on to McGinn, trying to set up the shooting opportunity. Unfortunately, as he was letting fly, his other foot was sliding. Well, McGinn 4 goals this season. Yeah, just had to try and get that away. Just couldn't keep his feet in the right boot. It slid too far. Alan Stubbs former Hibs boss, been linked today with a vacancy at MK Dons, created with the sacking of former Hearts boss Robbie Nielsen. Naismith will intercept. Gonçalves sends the run. Milinkovic. Bartley dispossessed him really too easily, although Milinkovic has won it back. Gonçalves away from his man. Too many Hibs players there for him. Out onto Berra. Christophe Berra. There's a push from behind. The referee satisfied that he wasn't. Alan Hughes forward. McGregor away. Cochrane. Milinkovic. It's a great little ball through to Gonçalves. Gonçalves goes through. There's a shot for handball. Great save, Marciano. Well, it appeared the gap was there, and that Gonçalves would simply slide it home. Milinkovic lifted. He was onside. There's suspicion of handball. That's a good save by the goalkeeper. McGregor congratulated him. Dimitri Mitchell, unique in many ways. He's the only player to have played once for Manchester United and once for Hearts. And as Gonçalves tries to get away, Ambrose clips it into the middle. Away it goes. Cochrane gets in front of his man. On to Gonçalves. Tries to take on Ambrose, tries to go round him. Nothing in that. Ambrose away. That's a poor ball, Jim. Well, that's the moments of madness that can settle in Edinburgh Derby. Ambrose doing so well. Made himself hard to get round. Gonçalves to deck. This was careless to get the ball away. Overhit Bartley. And credit Jim for taking it first time. Stevenson came off the back of Randall. Naismith loses out to McGinn. McGeoch is taken down. Play on, says the referee, because it's 3-on-3 for Hibs. Boyle on the attack. Steps inside Milinkovic. Easy save in the end for the Hearts goalkeeper John McLaughlin. It was a good break from Hibs and good refereeing too by Kevin Clancy to allow Hibs to progress. Ambrose gives it away on to Mitchell. Mitchell plays it forward, but referee Kevin Clancy plays no additional time at Tynecastle. Stephen Naismith almost made an immediate impact. The best chance for Hibs came at the back post for Martin Boyle, but it's an old story in Edinburgh Derby. Neither team have taken their chances, and at half time it's Hearts 0, Hibs 0. Hibs are looking to go 10 without loss against Hearts for the first time in 30 years. If you go back to January 1974 to August of 1978, they went 12 Edinburgh Derbies unbeaten. 0-0 as we start the second half. Ambrose against Cochrane. Just overcooked that slightly. Gonçalves slides in. Neil Lennon traps the ball and then yells at Effie Ambrose. Scotty's got one up. Player and manager. And watching his side going backwards as Gonçalves holds up. Gonçalves is going to get the free kick. McGregor takes him down. Doesn't rush his decisions, Kevin Clancy. Just makes sure. Saw the tug on the arm by McGregor. Stephen Naismith getting ready, made his Kilmarnock debut against Hibs, scored his first Kilmarnock goal against Hearts. His link to the capital. He's going to send it round the corner for Mitchell. Takes a touch on the angle. New boys combining to threaten the Hibs goal. Hibs a little bit slow to get out to him. It was a decent effort from Dimitri Mitchell in terms of getting into the space, but the shot sclaffed off the boot. So Milinkovic withdrawn. Don Cowie coming off the bench for just the third time this season. And the work of the Serbian is done. Conor Randall for Hearts. Gonçalves. He's got Cowie on the outside, trying to clip it across. Mitchell waits. What a moment for Mitchell! And what a save from Marciano! Brilliantly strong with the right hand. Rafael Marciano has been criticised at times this season. This was terrific play. Gonçalves clipped it out. You couldn't have asked for a sweeter strike. And the goalkeeper somehow reaching behind himself and keeping this out. Great stop. Perfectly positioned. Watch that on the volley. Superbly done. Now, was it over the line? There's the question. Where was the hand when he made the save? Some space opens up. Gonçalves swings it in. Mitchell will wait. Cochrane calls for it. Mitchell went himself. Again stuck to his task. Hearts make the challenge. Cochrane goes in. Was held up. McGeoch takes him down. Free kick. Referee will have a word. And John McGinn is the first player carded. And as he was falling, certainly impeded Harry Cochrane. Christophe Berra, 2 goals this term, the last against Dundee in December. Fired in, Suter almost got there, it is Berra! Straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. The header down fell to him, he got plenty of pace on it. And one of these ones either side, Marciano may have had a problem. Took a little deflection on the way up. Gonçalves off to Naismith. Naismith back to Gonçalves. Good interchange. Naismith steps on the accelerator. Naismith into the middle. June tried to bring it down. All sorts of options if that had gone his way. Cochrane draws the free kick. Marvin Bartley thought it was soft. Kevin Clancy was left in no doubt. Mitchell lets fly. Youth and ambition combining. Way off target. Kerry back onto Mitchell. Naismith. Gonçalves. Brandon Barker gets a chance to take the ball for a wander. Up against Suter and June. Still going Brandon Barker. Wants the byline. Sent in. Cochrane has it. Berra watches. It was Ollie Shaw who went down under the challenge. Now Conor Randall. Randall plays it through. McGregor away. Stevenson. Here's Bartley. Sliding in was John Suter. And John Suter gets the yellow card, deservedly so. Flying in. Little touch on the ball, that doesn't matter. Now Ollie Shaw felt he was being manhandled by Berra. Berra didn't think so. There was a little touch, but then he falls because he's felt. Just a touch on the Hearts captain. No penalty. And then I say, come on. Job to do. 10.5 minutes to play. Boyle. Mitchell goes to ground, wins the tackle, wins the ball. Boyle though regathers. Inside it comes on to Shaw, blocked. Kerry hooks it away. Doesn't get it past Hanlon. Good play from Stevenson. On to McGinn. Hibs threatening here. Headed away by Berra. Edge of the box. Brandon Barker. Through onto Boyle. Blocked by Mitchell. Good spell from Hibs. Look a different side with Simon Murray on. Here's McGeoch. McGeoch sends it across. Conor Randall with a header away. Down onto Barker. June can't get there. Lewis Stevenson. Stevenson into the middle. Break out to the far side onto Boyle. Boyle clips it in. And Conor Randall was there. Martin Boyle's having a good game. McGinn will get the free kick. June with a hand on the back. Conor Randall not happy. The set play, the perfect chance for Hibs. Simon Murray currently standing inside the 6-yard box. John McGinn looking to deliver. Paul Hanlon, 2 Scottish Cup goals in his time, including one against Hearts. McGinn plays it in. Header to the back post. Yes! Great save by the goalkeeper, John McLaughlin. And Martin Boyle, who's had an outstanding game, comes close for Hibs. The header deflected across, he watched it, kept it down, and would have fallen underneath the crossbar. But John McLaughlin across well. Good stop. First Hibs corner of the match. Corner swung in. Berra is there. It's on to Gonsalves. Quickly gets him moving on to Cochrane. Cochrane being closed down, but it'll come through onto Gonsalves. Naismith making a run through the middle. Out wide onto Conor Randall. Into the middle it goes, and Hearts have a corner. The very definition of end-to-end football. Well, young Lewis Moore, a 19-year-old from Bathgate's getting ready to come on for Hearts. Cochrane. Look at this, swing this one in. Berra giving the signal. Cochrane sends it in. Berra with a header. It's off the line. The ball's in. It crossed the line. Hearts have scored. Christophe Berra with a header. Hibs couldn't keep it out, and Hearts made the breakthrough. 4 minutes to go at Tynecastle Park in the Scottish Cup, and Hearts finally get a goal against Hibernian. It's been a while at Tynecastle. Christophe Berra played for Hearts 173 times without scoring against Hibs. In his 15th Edinburgh derby, got the header away. It was flicked on by Don Cowie. They can argue about who got the final touch. Hibs couldn't keep it out. Berra was in. Couldn't be kept out. It just spun back in, to the horror of John McGinn. And Hearts are ahead in the Edinburgh derby. Well, Don Cowie may well lay claim to that goal as well. Or is this definitive? It was Berra with a header. It comes across. Cowie thinks he got a touch. It was John McGinn on the line. Marciano looked resigned, and Naismith celebrated. It's Hearts who have often had the sense of desperation to try and get back into a game in recent times, but it's Hibs at the moment. As Boyle and Levine come together, Craig Levine is unhappy, and then Brandon Barker. Well, Alan Cole comes across basically saying it's a throw and just trying to get involved to make sure everybody's okay. Don Cowie is unhappy. Craig Levine is basically saying it's a Hearts throw. Craig Levine went in and Boyle came through. Craig Levine felt he was touched. Craig Levine and Martin Boyle, and then Brandon Barker came across. Again, plays it in. Hearts get it away, and indeed Hearts have beaten Hibs for the first time in 10 games, and Craig Levine and the Hearts bench celebrate. Christophe Berra's header, Don Cowie may have grazed it in. Hearts can talk about the goal in the post-mortem afterwards, but for now it's joy for the home side. It's finished in the Scottish Cup. Hearts 1, Hibs 0.
The strain was beginning to build the more often that you don't win a match in this derby game, and having been on the other side of it, we won 20, didn't get beaten 22. Then you get up to double figures, which we're at just now, the pressure builds. So it was really important today that they took advantage of the home tie, and we won the game, and you know, I thought we deserved to win the game.
You know, Hearts, I think, maybe had the upper hand on edge in the game, but we had another great chance just before they got the corner. But disappointment is from our corner, they're breaking on us. From, you know, we're trying to win the game, and really we should just you know, let the corner develop and then take care of it after that. Good to see a linesman doing his job properly down that stand side for a change. But yeah, we're unlucky.
Was that your goal? Well, I was the last Hearts player to touch the ball, so I don't really know what happened after that. Christoph was away celebrating, I was away celebrating, but no, I managed to get a wee touch on it after he headed it, and it just, you know, it's gone over the line by a couple of inches, but it's quite ironic after what happened in the league game last month for that to happen again, but luckily linesman was up with play.
I just asked Don Cowie, but I'm going to ask you, whose goal was it?
Well, Don said it was his. He's a very honest man, and you know, I was just happy we scored, and to score near the end and to be involved in it. You know, I just ran off, and I didn't know if I scored or not, but I had a big part to play, and I was just happy to win, you know, and happy to get a goal, as I said, in the circumstances. It's a big relief for the players, and first and foremost for the fans. It turned out, you seen how happy they were at the end of the game.
I love this fixture, I love this football club, and I think when things aren't going well, I feel it. So you know, it was great today to get the win.
A big win for Craig Levine's Hearts. Stephen, was it a deserved victory?
I think over the piece it was. I mean, it wasn't the classic that we were hoping for today. I thought the game was poor, it lacked quality, it was very, very scrappy. Both sides didn't keep the ball well at all, a plethora of misplaced passes. But over the piece, I think Hearts probably were slightly the better side.
I think very similar to the league game, you know,
not
that long ago, where it was a scrappy game. You know, Hibs obviously feeling like they deserved to win that with the goal that never was. This was in, you know, very much a similar vein to that, but Hearts just getting the upper hand. The goal is, you know, is the difference between the two sides. I think Hearts perhaps slightly the upper hand, but I mean, not a great deal, and it was a very, very scrappy game, which was a goal very similar to the Hibs one that never was, in respect of just over the line.
Yeah, a scrappy game, a scrappy goal. Don Cowie claiming the goal. Is he right to?
Well, it's certainly not Christoph's, that's for sure. Don Cowie does get a touch on it, but you just watch the Hibs players here, McGeoch and Murray, they're picking up. John McGinn actually does his job, because as soon as it goes over his head, he's back in on the line. But the two Hibs players, they drop the runners, Naismith and Cowie, and John McGinn's unfortunate.
Do you think it's an own goal then?
This is the thing, where he touches it here, the ball goes forward and then spins back
into the goal.
One thing's for sure, John McGinn doesn't want it, and Don Cowie will definitely want it.
The goalkeeper almost impedes John when he's trying to get back up. He's on top of John's ankles as he's trying to get up and clear it. But it was Christoph's header, obviously, that set it off.
So most media outlets giving it to Don Cowie, including the BBC, but you're not so sure?
Well,
I don't know what the technical answer is to it, because you know, John McGinn stops it and the ball goes back.
Give it to the forward.
As I said, John McGinn definitely doesn't want it. Don Cowie does, so yeah, give it to him.
Yeah.
Why not?
Not Christophe Berra's goal, but in terms of signings of the season, where does he rank?
Yeah, for me, at this moment in time, he's the best defender in the league, and he was absolutely outstanding today. He's such a leader, he's so commanding, and the thing he does brilliantly is organise others around him. You can see his influence rubbing off. This is a brilliant tackle, he just reads danger. You can see his influence rubbing off on young John Souttar as well, and when the ball comes into the box, the amount of times that Christophe Berra wins the initial header to clear the danger is outstanding, and he's a fantastic role model for younger players at Hearts as well, and I just feel he has been the best defender in the league this season. 7 clean sheets in a row now for Hearts.
You see that last?
And yeah, it's not just about Christophe Berra, obviously.
But that last one there that he clears, it's just an instinct. You know, there he goes and wins the header on the other end of the box. But that last one where the ball's getting thrown at the box, you think that the Hibs player's about to get onto it, but Christophe is able to throw his head on because he's got good defensive instinct. He suits Hearts' style of play. You know, he's a defender that wants to defend first and foremost. In terms of, you know, what happens when he's got the ball, that's a secondary thought. He's a defender first and foremost.
Yeah, an encouraging start for Stephen Naismith, such a big signing on loan for Hearts. But also Dimitri Mitchell today as well, making his Hearts debut, and they linked up.
They did, they struck up an immediate partnership down that left-hand side, Naismith starting on the left, and they combined very well. I think Naismith, you know, he had an excellent game. He really should have scored there. Once he rounds the keeper, he doesn't really look for the goal, and he thinks he's just going to put it in, but it was a great opportunity early on in the match. the thing that impressed me about Stephen Naismith throughout the match was his fitness levels. You know, he's not played a lot of football, and even in the 90th minute he was chasing things down. This is unbelievable technique from Mitchell, a great hit, and he got forward at every opportunity. It's been a problem area for Hearts, without question, has been the left back area, and hopefully this young man can provide.
Well, the thing is, with these two, you know, if Naismith is going to play off the left hand side, he likes to take up these positions, you know, tucked in, and you've got to get somebody that's going to get up the outside, and Mitchell, and this was a really good move with the two of them linked up. Naismith cuts back in here, but intelligence just to slide that pass in behind Effie Ambrose, and you know, Mitchell getting into the box. He looks like an attacking fullback. This was a well worked set play that Hearts had worked there between Mitchell and Naismith. But as I said, Naismith, if he's going to play off the side, off the wing, he's going to cut in naturally, and you need that fullback to go and push on. And Mitchell definitely looks like an attacking fullback.
From a Hibs point of view, should Martin Boyle have scored this first chance in particular?
I don't think there's any question that he should have. You know, it comes across quite quickly, but even if he takes that with his right foot, he's got to play it with the instep. I think perhaps his left foot, you know, open his body up and play it with his left would have been the best one, but his body position's all wrong. If he's going to play it with his right, you know, close himself off and hit it, this is a really good strike, and it's a good save from John McLaughlin. You know, I've been impressed with John McLaughlin. I think he's been a good signing for Hearts. That was a very good strike from Boyle, but the first chance was a really good one, and it should have ended up in the back of the net.
It was a scrappy sort of game. How off colour were Hibs, in particular today, Stephen?
Too many of their star players didn't reach the levels that they set this season, and they were unusually, you know, in possession, unusually bad. You know, John had a frustrating afternoon. They all worked extremely hard to try and get into the game and make things happen, but nothing really came off for them. Lots of slack passes, lots of poor first touches, and you know, you wonder whether it's the 3 weeks off. You know, they're maybe just a wee bit rusty getting back into things.
I don't think the park helped. You know, both sets of players, it was looking like they were playing on an ice rink at times. I mean, you've not got steady feet, you know, then it's difficult to get into a free-flowing style of game. And there's no doubt what Neil Lennon's brought to the Hibs side is that if they're not able to play pretty football, then they will compete. And they did that today in a scrappy game. Hearts were the team that were able to get that goal that was the decisive difference.
What do we make of the spat at the end between Craig Levein and Martin Boyle? It was a bit bizarre, wasn't it?
It was. I don't know why Craig Levein feels as though he's got to do this. You know, it's ridiculous. And you know, he had another wee push at Barker as he comes in as well. Interesting comments as well from Craig Levein after the match, saying, I want to restore the natural order of things, presumably meaning sort of Hearts' dominance in an Edinburgh context, and Neil Lennon hitting back, calling that expression disrespectful. What do we make of that?
Well, I mean, from a Hearts perspective, I'm pretty sure the majority of the Hearts fans will be lapping up and loving it, but I do think it is a bit disrespectful. I don't think you need to be coming out with comments like that, and I can understand why Neil Lennon's not happy with it. But look, it's an Edinburgh derby. You're always going to have, you know, divisive figures, and that sort of comment will be, you know, divisive amongst the two clubs. But 100% for me, I just think that when you look at incidents like that, shoving the player inside the technical area, coming out with comments like that, I don't think there's a need for it.
Hearts bandwagon continues its strength at the moment, Stephen, though, you'd have to say.
Yeah, brilliant. You know, the clean sheet thing stands out for me. In those 7 games where they've had consecutive clean sheets, by contrast, Hibs have lost 11 goals. It just shows you how well they're defending. And yes, they're not playing attractive football, but they're getting results.
Right, where would the romance of the Cup come from this season? Brora Rangers had seen off League One Stranraer in the